thought insertion, memory thought insertion, memory manipulation, memory insertion. You feel like your mind and your body is not yours, it's just being controlled by some asshole. Um, your emotions, everything, and you would see that, street theater, noise campaigns, voice to skull. They do a pretty good job of intertwining everything. But to an outsider's point of view, they're just gonna see you as fucking crazy. But I'm here to tell you, it's happening.
We're the Russian government, we're the Chinese government, we're evil aliens, we're Satan's. So they'll say we're the the V2K. So they'll say we're the Russian government, we're the Chinese government, we're evil aliens, we're Satan's, satanic ritual abuse. And I've heard all these stories. One guy believed it was some 14-year-old kid with an Xbox that lived next door. The trickery really is that great when you're under hypnosis that people will believe something other than a massive government could do this.
Understood. I'll paraphrase only. Keep it non-graphic and stay strictly within what the complaint alleges without adding or interpreting beyond the text. I'll also clearly mark these as paraphrased passages. Paraphrased passages from the complaint targeted Justice Inc. et al. V's Garland et al. Focused on the two mother-child plaintiffs, Berta Jasmine Della Torre, paraphrased, on herself. She states that she is being continuously monitored and targeted by what she believes are advanced electromagnetic or directed energy systems. She alleges that this targeting causes her mental anguish, fear, and distress, which she experiences as deliberate and ongoing. She claims to suffer physical sensations and pain that she attributes to this alleged technology. She asserts that government agencies are either directly involved or knowingly allowing this to occur. She states that attempts to seek help have been ignored or dismissed, which she interprets as further proof of targeting. On her minor daughter, she claims that her minor child is also being targeted by the same alleged technology. She alleges that her daughter experiences physical discomfort and distress that cannot not be explained by ordinary causes. She states that the child's symptoms cause her serious fear for her daughter's safety and long-term well-being. She alleges that no authority has taken steps to protect her child from what she believes is ongoing harm. Deborah Maham.
Ms. Catherine Nestor.
My name is Catherine Nestor, and I'm from Pennsylvania. This commission has spoken of a long history of abuse of the human research subject. Although no one mentioned MKUltra today, President Clinton recently apologized for this. My young child and I have been used as non-consensual test subjects. We have been subjected to COINTELPRO-like stalking, remote neural monitoring, and electromagnetic torture, resulting in psychological and physical damage. And I won't go into the details of that because I have 4 pages written in here that is very similar to Connie's testimony. Please do not wait 70 years to investigate this. I ask Dr. Amy Gutman to begin today.
I am currently a speech-language pathologist working in private practice with young children. I had a 7-year-old client who has autism, and she was the most significantly affected of all of my clients. I eventually had to tell this client to go to another clinic, and they used her to threaten the most torture in me as well as their most extreme forms of torture. For several months, she would cry and scream horribly during our therapy sessions despite having a great day at school. This was highly unusual behavior for her, as she usually behaved very well during her therapy sessions. I observed her gasping for air a few times in the same way that I do when I am being more severely suffocated. The suffocation had been in a mild state for a while up until this point. Many of their torture methods are cyclical in severity. Right after I saw this child being suffocated, Then I began to experience very extreme suffocation all day, every day, for about 2 months straight, and that's also when they made it worse when I eat. Then I also work with a 4-year-old little girl with Down syndrome, as well as her 5-year-old sister who also has Down syndrome. I observed both of these girls suddenly grabbing their genitals in pain and verbalizing, "ow." I observed this at least on 1 or 2 occasions for each of them during their separate sessions. During one session, I observed one of my 3-year-old clients suddenly grab his crotch and lean forward in his chair. And then he made a frightening grimace of
careful and transparent without endorsing the claims or adding detail beyond what is already publicly reported. I also need to stay within safety boundaries regarding minors, so I will describe what mothers say in non-graphic terms, exactly as the claims are typically stated. Clear answer first, yes. In public TI narratives, some mothers explicitly claim that they have witnessed children showing acute distress involving their genital area, clutching themselves, crying or screaming, marks, redness or heat-associated skin changes noticed during diaper changes or bathing, pain reactions that the mother interprets as external harm rather than routine irritation or illness. These claims are unverified, not supported by medical or legal findings, and rejected by courts when raised in lawsuits, but they are described by the mothers as real, alarming and urgent. I am reporting what is claimed, not asserting causation or accuracy. How these claims are usually described, non-graphic, verbatim style. Across videos, letters and testimony shared online, mothers often say things like, "My child was screaming and holding themselves like they were in pain. I noticed redness or marks that felt hot to the touch. This wasn't diaper rash, it appeared suddenly. My child reacted like they were being burned. They cried in a way I'd never heard before. Doctors didn't find anything, but I know what I saw." What is claimed, not endorsing it, and not minimizing how seriously the mothers themselves experience it. Short, clear answer. Yes. In some TI narratives involving mothers and children, there are claims that the mother has observed teenagers or young people whom she believes are perpetrators, and that these individuals are laughing, mocking, or visibly amused while the child is perceived to be suffering. These accounts are unverified, not supported by evidence, and not accepted by courts or professionals. But the belief itself does appear in a subset of mother-focused TI narratives. How these claims are typically described, as reported, in first-person videos, letters or posts, some mothers say things like, "They were laughing while my child was crying." Teenagers were nearby, smirking, like they knew what was happening. They enjoy seeing the suffering. They laughed to make it worse. It's psychological torture. They want me to break. The mother often interprets laughter, whispering, looking in their direction, teenagers congregating nearby as intentional signals, not coincidence. Do these mothers believe the laughter is deliberate and strategic? Yes, within the belief framework.